I discovered her sexting her ex during a business trip. Her messages say she was cheating the entire time. I stared at the screen so long that the words started to blur. My hands were shaking so badly, I almost dropped her phone. The messages were right there, thread after thread of late-night sexts, photos, and voice notes that made my stomach twist. She was lying in the same hotel room bed where she told me she missed me, telling another man what she wanted him to do to her. I could feel my pulse pounding in my ears, the sound of the air conditioner humming in the background like white noise while I tried to make sense of it. She was still in the shower when I found them. I could hear the water running, her voice softly humming some pop song through the half-closed bathroom door. I wanted to confront her right then, throw the phone across the room, scream until she couldn't lie her way out of it, but I didn't. I just sat there on the edge of the hotel bed, my chest tight, reading every message until my heart felt numb. We'd been together for 3 years. I trusted her. She was smart, funny, the kind of person who made you feel lucky just to be in her orbit. We lived together in a small apartment in the city, both working jobs that weren't glamorous but kept the bills paid. She worked in marketing, lots of networking, weekend conferences, dinners with clients. I used to joke that she loved those business trips because they gave her an excuse to order room service and post pictures of wine glasses next to hotel windows. She'd laugh and say, "You know me too well." But the truth was, I didn't know her at all. This trip was supposed to be 3 days in Seattle. She left on a Thursday morning, suitcase packed, suit jacket draped over her arm. She kissed me at the door and said, "I'll call you tonight, okay?" That night, she did. We talked for maybe 10 minutes. She said she was tired, that the meetings had run long, that she was going to grab a shower and sleep early. I told her I loved her. She said it back. By the second night, her texts were slower, shorter, busy, long day, heading to bed. I didn't think much of it. I'd always been the laid-back one in the relationship. I wasn't the jealous type. But Sunday morning, she texted saying her flight got delayed and she'd be home late. Something about the way she wrote it, too casual, too smooth, made my stomach twist. I don't know what possessed me to check her laptop that afternoon. She'd left it at home, and I remembered she used to have her iMessages synced to it. When I opened it, my heart started pounding immediately. Her texts were there, blue and gray bubbles lining the screen. Most were innocent, work group chats, a few messages to her sister. Then I saw a name I didn't recognize at first. Chris, old number. I clicked it. The first thing I saw was a photo of her in lingerie. Not a random selfie, either, one she'd taken recently. I knew because she'd bought that set a few months ago. The caption underneath read, "Wish you were here instead of this boring conference." His reply came seconds later. "God, I miss that body. You still taste the same." She replied, "Guess you'll have to find out next time I'm in town." Winky face. My stomach dropped. I scrolled up. The messages went back weeks, months even. They talked about old times, about sneaking around when she was with him, me, about how much they missed what they had. It wasn't just sexting, it was emotional. She called him baby. She told him she couldn't stop thinking about him. She told him she dreamed of him. She'd lied to me every day while making plans with him. When I heard the front door open hours later, I didn't know what I'd do. She walked in, suitcase in hand, hair tied up, wearing that same airport sweater she always wore after long flights. She smiled when she saw me sitting on the couch. "Hey," she said softly. "You look serious. What's wrong?" I held up her phone. "Who's Chris?" Her smile faltered. "Chris," she repeated, pretending to think. "He's just an old coworker." "What? Old coworker?" I said. My voice was shaking. "Funny, because he sure talks like someone who's been inside you." Her face went white. "You went through my messages? That's what you care about." I snapped. "Not the fact that you've been sexting your ex for months?" She dropped her suitcase and took a step toward me. "It's not what you think." "Then tell me what it is," I said. "Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you were screwing him while telling me you were at a business trip." Tears welled in her eyes. "It wasn't physical," she whispered. I laughed, loud, bitter, ugly. "You really think that makes it better?" She started crying then, full-on sobbing. "I made a mistake, okay? He messaged me out of nowhere a few months ago. It started as catching up, and then what?" I said. "You just accidentally sent him pictures of yourself naked?" "I didn't mean to hurt you." "Then why didn't you stop?" I asked. "Why didn't you delete him, block him? Tell me the truth." She looked down. Because it felt good, she said quietly. He made me feel wanted. We've been distant lately, and Don't you dare blame me. I interrupted. My throat was tight, my voice breaking. You don't get to destroy what we had and then say it's because we were distant. You made that distance. We argued for hours. She begged me to forgive her, said she'd delete everything, go to therapy, cut all contact. I couldn't even look at her. Every time she spoke, I saw those messages flashing in my mind. Her words to him, her promises, the way she called him baby while texting me, I miss you. That night, I slept in the guest room. She slept in our bed. I could hear her crying through the wall. The next morning, I told her to pack a bag and stay with her sister for a while. I need space, I said. I don't even know who you are right now. She nodded silently, tears streaming down her face, and left without another word. For the next week, I couldn't eat, couldn't focus. Every time my phone buzzed, I hoped it was her saying something that would make it make sense, but it never came. The few messages she did send were just apologies, the same empty words repeated in different ways. Then, one night, she called. Her voice was hoarse. I just want to talk, she said. Please. I almost hung up, but some stupid part of me wanted answers. We met at a coffee shop the next morning. She looked exhausted, dark circles under her eyes, her hair tied back messily. She sat down across from me, hands shaking as she held her cup. I don't expect you to forgive me, she said. I just want you to understand why it happened. I didn't say anything. She took a deep breath. Chris and I dated in college. He was my first serious relationship. We broke up because he cheated on me, and I swore I'd never talk to him again. Then, last year, he messaged me after he heard I got married. I ignored him at first, but then I don't know. I wanted to feel like I mattered again. I didn't plan for it to go this far. You had years to matter, I said quietly. With me. She started crying again. I know I ruined everything. I hate myself for it. But I swear to you, nothing happened in person. It was just texting. Just texting, I repeated. You're saying that like it's harmless. She wiped her eyes. I don't even know why I kept it going. Maybe I liked the version of myself he saw. Not the one who's tired and stressed and boring. The one who used to be fun, exciting. I shook my head. You could have found that version with me. But instead, you found it with the guy who broke your heart. She reached across the table, her hand trembling. Please, I'll do anything to make it right. I pulled my hand away. You can't. It's done. She sobbed quietly, and for the first time, I didn't feel angry. Just empty. That was a year ago. We filed for divorce 6 months later. I haven't spoken to her since the court date. She sent one final message afterward. I hope one day you remember the good parts of us. But I don't. Not anymore. When I think of her now, I think of that hotel room, her phone buzzing while I sat in our apartment believing she was asleep, her voice whispering, I love you, to both of us in the same breath. I've tried dating again, but trust feels like a language I forgot how to speak. I keep my phone on silent now. I stopped checking social media. I stopped trying to understand why people do what they do. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many times someone says, it wasn't physical. Words can be just as damaging. And when you find out the person you love has been giving pieces of themselves to someone else, there's no closure that fixes that. So yeah, I discovered her sexting her ex during a business trip. She said it was just words, just a mistake. But those words built a world behind my back, one I'll never be able to unsee.